Hi guys, what's up? I'm Mary Richardson, a rapid transformational therapy practitioner. I help you learn to get past your anxiety and get through it, get over it, get past it, get beyond it, so that you can live your best life, be the best version of yourself. So in this video, in this video, I'm going to talk about anxiety triggers and how you can cope when you feel trapped. So first of all, I'm a rapid transformational therapy practitioner. If you want to know more about that, my link is in the bio. Would love to chat with you. But I help people move forward past anxiety, through it, over it, beyond it, so you can keep moving. Let's talk for a moment about anxiety triggers. You might be triggered by sounds, by noise, by loud noises, by nothing, by work, by yelling, by exercise, by change, by mess, by relationships. Are you getting the point? In other words, there are so many anxiety triggers, and there's probably new ones coming up every day. And what triggers one person might not trigger somebody else. What triggers you one day might not be a trigger for you another day. And the biggest anxiety trigger of all is nothing. When you can't explain why your anxiety's at an all-time high, when it's off the charts, nothing is happening, you're trying to get ready to go to bed, and all of a sudden you're having strong anxiety. Maybe it's even manifesting in the form of a panic attack. So this video is all about how you can cope with anxiety. I'm gearing it more towards the long term, because short term, yes, there's lots of videos. I have some out there as well. What you can do in the moment to help yourself with anxiety. There are things you can do, everything from tapping, and I'll go over those in a minute. Tapping, you can massage the vagus nerve. You can put an ice pack on the vagus nerve. You can practice breathing exercises. These are just a few examples of what to do in the moment. And also mental exercises that you can do as far as how to frame the anxiety that you're going through. So let's go over these really quickly. So tapping, you can do 3 cycles of this. You tap here on the top of the head, right between your eyebrows, 10 taps. Right above your lip, 10 taps. On your chin, 10 taps. On your collarbone, 10 taps. Underneath your arms, 10 taps. And just repeat that. And that kind of brings you back into the present, which a lot of these exercises do, is they help you focus on the here and now, because what anxiety wants you to do is to live either in the past or in the future. So you're thinking of something that happened a while back that is stressing you out, making you have strong anxiety, or an anticipated outcome in the future. So you're living in the past or in the future, and the tapping, the breathing, everything that I'm going to show you helps you bring it back to present. So, which is very helpful when you're having an anxiety attack. You have to know how to deal with it in the moment. I'm also going to focus the last half of this video on what you can do long term, so that you don't have to go through all these exercises all the time. All right, so tapping is one, breathing is another. And it's essentially what I do sometimes is I say to myself, breathe in peacefulness, breathe out anxiety, breathe in calmness, breathe out anxiety. And you just keep naming different things. Another thing you can do is to bring you into the present. When you're having strong anxiety, you're triggered, you can name something in your environment like ABC, something that begins with A. I don't know, apple. B, book. C, a color. D, and you can just go through all the letters of the alphabet. What that does is it keeps you focused in the present and keeps your mind thinking about what the next letter, rather than thinking about how fearful you are that the anxiety will get worse. So that's keeping you in the present exercise. Another thing you can do is The vagus nerve is a nerve that runs throughout your body. It's like the longest nerve, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I'm not a medical doctor, but getting an ice pack and setting it right on your chest. Of course, if you are concerned about that, check with your medical practitioner if that's a good idea for you. You can check with whether or not you can check with your medical practitioner to see if that's a good idea for you if you're concerned. If maybe you're not supposed to have ice on you, I'm just saying this is my personal opinion, things that could help. A nice pack right in the middle of your chest can help you. It calms down the vagus nerve and helps it kind of, I don't know what the medical term is, but I always think that vagus nerve is like on guard or heightened, or it helps almost like cool it down, almost like I don't want to say paralyzes it. That's not a good word, but it helps it like calm down. And try that, see if it works. Again, this is not a replacement for any medical treatment that you're receiving, just my opinion. Something else you can do is there are all kinds of breathing exercises. Okay, so those are the majority of the ones that I know of to do. But one that helps me, and that's very quick, like if I'm in the car or if I'm at the grocery store, I can just still focus on what's going on in my environment, but I can say to myself, I'm breathing in peace, I'm breathing out anxiety. And it kind of helps give the anxiety a place to go. You're breathing it out. All right. So now what I'd like to talk about is anxiety triggers when you feel trapped. What I mean by that is maybe you feel trapped in a relationship. Maybe you feel trapped by your finances. Maybe you feel trapped by wanting to start a business and not knowing what to do. Maybe you're already started a business, or you're in the process of doing that, or you need more clients, and whatever it is in your business, but it's making you feel trapped. Maybe you have a business, but you want to scale it to the next level, and that makes you feel trapped because you don't know how. Maybe you feel trapped because you have a business and a relationship that needs to end or change, or maybe you need to move on, but you need income to do that. You need your business to grow so that you can move past it and see where the relationship is, or maybe whatever it is for you. But I know for myself, where I felt trapped is in my business. It is an amazing business. I have such how do I say this without sounding unhumble? All right. Well, we all have anointings, right? We all have gifts. We all have talents. There are many, many things I'm not good at, but there are a few that I'm really great at. So I'm going to define that as an anointing, a gift that I have to help people heal. That is what I am great at. And now, if you ask me to build you a house, that's not me. If you ask me to clean your house, that's not me. If you ask me to, be an amazing landscaper, that's not me. But if you ask me how you can heal internally from the past and get past your anxiety, that is me. I'm very good at it. So you have things similar where you are great at things, right? So you're trying to imagine, maybe you're trying to step into that anointing, step into that, expand it, grow it. Maybe you feel trapped by where you're currently at. And maybe that's causing you anxiety. So whatever is the cause of your anxiety, even if you don't know what it is, maybe you can't even define it. You don't even know where the anxiety is coming from, but you've had it for a while. Maybe you had a great childhood. You've had great relationships, or you've been married for a long time, and that's a great relationship. But you just don't know where the anxiety is coming from. Well, this video is for you, because I'm going to I already talked about some things you can do in the moment to help you with strong anxiety. Now I'm going to talk about long-term. Long-term solutions to anxiety are getting to the root cause of it. And I've got good news for you. You don't even have to know where your anxiety comes from in order to heal it. What I do is powerful hypnosis with lots of unique extra tools to help you get quick results. I'm saying that because I'm really good at it. And I've said that before, I know, but the goal is that you can get to the core, the root cause of your anxiety, the point of entry of your anxiety, and through hypnosis, where you can, with help, learn how to untangle that, understand it, get knowledge of why it even came into your life, why it even stayed in your life, and why it keeps coming back in your life. And the goal is that you can get that very quickly so that you can be healed and move forward. So it's like a two-step approach of the short term, how to deal with it in the short term, and how to deal with it in the long term. We do the long term as you're doing the short term so that you are not in the same place a year from now as you are right now. So that the things that are plaguing you with anxiety right now, you know how to cope with them. You've untangled them. You've gotten past it, over it, through it, beyond it, and you are moving forward in your life. That's the goal. So I'm going to ask you, look at what your anxiety has already cost you right now. What is it preventing you from doing today, right in this moment? Let's look at that. Most people that have anxiety, it might trigger you to have habits that you no longer want. For instance, maybe you're a smoker and you want to quit, but you know one of the biggest triggers is stress and anxiety. And you're tired of anxiety. You're tired of carrying that heavy burden every day, all day long. And you know that you know what happens if you don't quit. You want to quit. Your family wants you to quit. You have loads of support to quit, but you just can't get there. One of the things I can do is I have helped many smokers get past, over, through that thing that's holding them back so that they can quit. Because the reason that you quit, or the reason that you are a smoker, is different than your neighbor and why they're smoking and their experience. So yeah, the common thing is smoking, but why you smoke or why you have anxiety is always different for everybody. And that's just one example. You don't have to be a smoker to have anxiety. You might not even, I think a large population of people don't even know why their anxiety is triggered. And that can be, I believe, the most frustrating, because there's nothing to pin it to. Because if you knew what was causing it, you would just not do it, right? Like if you have social anxiety, you know that one of the things that triggers it is being in large groups of people. So you can kind of, in the moment, help yourself have less anxiety by staying out of large groups. It's not a great long-term solution, but at least you know what triggers it. But you might be in a situation where you don't even know when it's going to come on, when the anxiety is going to flare up, how long it's going to last, but you know it is debilitating. You know it has prevented you from opportunities that could have propelled you forward. And you know that it's currently keeping you from doing what you want to do. And that's who this video is for. People who want to get past their anxiety, and not just treat it in the moment, because we're just treating symptoms when we just treat it in the moment, which those are really important. All those coping skills in the moment are important, but getting to the root cause, the core, the point of entry of the anxiety is where your long-term solution is. So I hope this helps you by giving you information. I know it's about a long video. I'm going to end it here, but check out my other videos on anxiety. I hope this finds you well, my friend. And I'm also on TikTok. I have other videos as well, but I'm also on Facebook, YouTube. But check back here often and click the like and subscribe button if you want to be notified every time I upload a new video. I'm Mary Kay Richardson, Rapid Transformational Therapy Practitioner. Be well. Goodbye for right now.